What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 89 of the Newberg Podcast. You might know us from previous episodes where you're like, oh, I've heard this before. And this might be a brand new experience to you where you're like, what a brand new experience to me. This is fantastic. Doesn't he normally do this on Wednesdays? Well, nowadays, it's really hard to say when anyone does anything because people listen and consume at their own pace. He could be doing this on a Wednesday. Do you think he's doing it on this Wednesday? I don't think so. He could be doing it on last Wednesday. Wait a second. Did he do this last Wednesday, but he's releasing it on a Monday because he's crazy? What's he doing this for? What is the point? What is the intent? I need to know. I need to know where it fits in my day strategy. What's happening here? I have other podcasts that I listen to more frequently. Why is this going on? Tell me what's up. Well, everybody, I've decided to do the show twice a week. Once, hopefully, with Hannah, who I hope is coming back on Wednesday. Wednesday? He said Wednesday again. Or maybe it's Monday. We've already done this bit and move on. And then once when my sort of energy hits me, when I want to do it, I'm trying to grow the show. So I figured the more opportunities and shoving it in your face, the more frequently, the more opportunity I have for people listening to it. Plus, it's like therapy, as I've talked about. For me, it's a wonderful thing. It's a great opportunity for me to get rocking. It's a great opportunity for me to promote. I've got shows February 27th through March 1st at the Comedy Castle in Royal Oak. I've got shows in April at the Halifax Comedy Club. I've got a show on February 4th at Yamashiro in Los Angeles. I've got a show at February some other date in Los Angeles at another place. I'm really good at promoting. Let's just talk about some stuff that we want to talk about for the show, and let's rock it out. The show today is brought to you by no one. No one is broading you the show today. That's right. I said broading. The show is being brought to you today by Spell Check, which is not going to be okay with me using the word broading. Broading. Then, I always remember the phrase, I studied abroad. It'd be like, whoa, what happened when you studied her? And when in actuality, it means you studied far away. But you could also, if you were into studying abroad, you'd be like, oh, I studied abroad. She was hot. Anyways, so 2 days a week, you're welcome, or I'm sorry. However you view it, that's what it's going to be. It'll be just there. Some days my voice will sound like this. Some days it'll sound totally different. Some days I'll put it through the auto tune. So then I'll be like, wow, he sounds like him, but on auto tune. And other days it'll be like, does he have a cold? I don't know. He's so effervescent. He's trying so hard. He's really good at words. He doesn't know what they mean, like yellow. Anyways, so let's just get into the show today. I had a really funny situation or a really funny thing happen to me. So I wrote this joke, and I write a lot of jokes. That's my thing. I'm a joke writer. And I wrote the joke, and the joke was, I always wanted to be a juggler, but I never had the balls. I think it's clever. It's fun wordplay. It did well in the back porch situation. It's funny. I'm a juggler, I always didn't have the balls. It means two different things. So then I'm scrolling a few days later, and there's a comic who is similar in style to me, or I'm similar to style to them. The one-liner comics. There's a few of us. There's a couple of different jokers who are just like joke guys or joke girls. Erica Rhodes is a joke girl. What's his name? Adam Hunter is a joke guy. Kirk Fox is a joke guy. Brian Kiley, joke guy. Wendy Lieben, joke girl. Me, joke guy. I could say joke person. I could. I'm fighting off a burp. Don't ever have popcorn before you start an episode. Holy. Anyways, so I see the joke that I wrote on this person's feed. And I didn't mention the person in the names I just mentioned. And I see the joke, and the joke is almost identical. It's, hey, once I was going to be a juggler, but I never had the balls for it. I was like, that's my fucking joke. And I get parallel thinking. Maybe it wasn't, because it happens. There's a lot of times where the other people I mentioned, and we have similar jokes or premises, and we reach out and be like, beat you. And they're like, yeah, or I did that before, and we just move on. It's haha, no big deal. So I copy my video of the video that I did, and I link it to them. I send it to this person, and I say, hey, I get parallel thinking. I'm not saying you took it, but it's kind of beat you. It's my joke. And the person wrote back, well, to be fair, it wasn't our best work. What? It wasn't our. You're negging me now that I'm calling you out on what? It made me laugh so fucking hard. I was just like, I don't even know what to respond to this. It's so brilliant. It's so absolutely, absolutely brilliant that I have no fucking idea what to do with it. Good for this person. Moving on. And another topic, eggs are expensive, right? Eggs are expensive. Why not tariff the chickens? Boom. Tariff the chickens. Why not start charging those little fuckers? Just be like, okay, you want to raise the price of eggs, chicken? Okay, cool. 12%. The chicken be like, I don't have currency. Yeah, you don't. So maybe turn the price down of eggs. But what about bird flu? What about bird COVID? What about bird I can't think of it. Moderna. Take it. You'll be fine. But yeah, tariff the birds. That's what I think. Everyone's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, obviously, one of them did. And obviously, probably the chicken, if it had to pay that, probably the egg, if it had to pay that much. There's so many different ways to do that joke. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, the egg, depending on how much dinner was. What? Or the chicken, depending on how afraid it was of the egg. Or what if somebody froze one of the eggs? Then is it still an egg? Or is it your like middle-aged ex-roommate's like future for babies, if that's what they want? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's just eggs. That's it. It's crazy. Tariff the chickens, and the chickens will back the fuck down. That's what I think. I think that. So many different things to talk about on the show today. I just wrote down a bunch of topics of things that I wanted to discuss. Another one is like, why do we reward and celebrate mediocrity? Why is that a thing? Like, I'm talking about on social media, you'll see a post, and the one that I think of frequently, and I don't know who the comedian is or who the successful social media personality is, but they're like, I will eat 20 chicken nuggets with one sauce. Watch me do it. 20 nuggets, one sauce. And there's like 500 million people who are just in awe of the accomplishment of this person. Like, holy shit, you did have 20 nuggets with one sauce. What are you, some kind of hero? What are you, some sort of savant? And everybody all over were just like, wow, that's amazing. And if you think about the things accomplished in the world, in the history of our existence, person on the moon, space travel, building bridges over giant bodies of water, let's see, in splitting the atom, breaking the sound barrier. Not once on the top 10 list are you going to see 20 nuggets with one sauce. You're not going to see that. But we, as a society, are like, I kind of want to see that. I want to see nugget or like hey guys, this is what I ate today. And why is it fascinating? Why is it fascinating? It's fascinating. Hey guys, this is what I ate today. This morning I woke up and I made myself a matcha. After making myself a matcha, I then spent the time and I had some avocado toast. After my avocado toast, I went for a walk. And like, you're just like, oh my God, then what happened? Like, what are we doing? Why are we about this? We are, but why? I don't understand. It like in the get ready with me videos, get ready with me videos. Hey guys, want to get ready with me? Oh, I've done one. I've done a get ready. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not saying anybody's better or worse. I'm just saying this is the new level of entertainment. Watching somebody put clothes on. Remember when watching someone take clothes off was way cooler? How come they don't have a get on ready with me video? They do. It's called stripping or peelers, as the good people from Canada call it. But why don't they have one of those? That'd be great. I'd watch one of those. I would. Why don't they have like, why do we celebrate like we know in the world of comedy, which is the world I live in, that there are people who are fantastic at crowd work, and then there's a lot of other people who aren't. But a lot of other people still post videos. Does that mean they're worse or better? I don't know. I post fucking everything because I'm throwing stuff against the wall. That's why I'm doing the podcast twice a week, because I'm just trying to get more people dialed in to the craziness of my mind grapes. And it's like you have these people who are like, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, shit. And like the comedians who are determined to show you how badass they are by putting other people in place. It's not that hard. You're in a crowd full of people who are going to be supportive of you because you have a microphone. The person who's heckling is obviously drunk and hates their family. So they're not going to be thinking about punch 2 and 3. It's like, when you get into a fight, someone punches you, and then you're like, duck, punch back, because they don't usually anticipate. And it's the same thing but we were like, whoa, heckler owns and destroys guy or gets destroyed by comedian with a microphone. I'm amazed. Come on over later. Do you want to do a get ready with me and chill festival? That'd be awesome. Then afterwards, we can watch how Steve in North Carolina makes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That'll be magnificent. What happened to fun? Like, when did fun go away? What about like just being fun and not filming it? A whole generation, ourselves included, myself included, so many people can't really appreciate what's happening in their life unless they're just filming it and posting about it and talking about it. Sunday fun day. Sunday is, it's sweaty. You're like, ugh, I gotta go to work tomorrow. This isn't fun. Oh, but it rhymes. Now I can. There are definitely some days during football season when Sunday fun day is Sunday fun day. There's no question, but it was fun before it rhymed. Now it's a whole category and like it's a whole thing. It just, why can't Sunday be fun without it being a fun day? Why can't Tuesday be a good time to have tacos without it being Taco Tuesday? Why does Monday have to be Mo Betta Monday at the comedy club? I don't know. Why does Sunday have to be chocolate Sundays? Oh, I get it now. I never really got that before because of the hot fudge. Wow. That's crazy. 5 jokes I'd like to tell for no reason. I really have the stuffies. 5 jokes I'd like to tell. Ready? Here we go. I like my banned books on tape. That's a great idea. If you listen to a banned book on tape, it's banned as a book, but not if it's on tape and you're listening to it. Can't really be banned, can it? Nope, not at all. You ever watch Matthew McConaughey and all the TV commercials he's in now and think, how much money did that dude lose on the University of Texas? Because holy crow, he's working a bunch. There's got to be a reason. Failure to launch his successful gambling account. Holy crow. By the way, his book was fantastic. Green Lights. I read it. I loved it. I thought it was good. Yeah, but that was one of the jokes. Let's see. Oh, it's Black History Month pretty soon, or as Candace Owens calls it, February. Yeah, that's good. Josh Allen, quarterback of the Bills. He does an incredible Jim Kelly impression. Oh, burn. How come people don't fact check Instagram pictures? Why don't they do that? Be like, I don't know, man. That doesn't look like her nose. I don't know. He's not that in shape. Let's see. Cellmate would be a cool swipey thing for a prison dating app. Cellmate, dude. How'd you guys meet? And some people be like, well, we were roommates, and I murdered a chicken, and he stole a bunch of this money from cancer patients. Oh, that's cool. It's a good story. And other people be like, we met on Cellmate. That'd be fun. Let's see. What about? I feel sorry for boogeymen who have no rhythm. You know what I mean? That'd be suck. That would be suck to not have rhythm if you're a boogeyman. I mean, it's in your name. You're a boogie person. Boogie person. It's just tough. I found out recently that I was colorblind. Came out of nowhere. Hit me out of the orange. It's a good joke. I'm standing by that joke. Tariff chickens. We already talked about that. Let's see. I just finished. I'm currently reading the Matthew Perry book, the Something Something and the Big Terrible Thing. Matthew Perry God rest his soul, was one of the funniest people I've ever witnessed be funny on TV or in any movies. His timing was insane. I know this is old news for some of you because we can see him on TV constantly, but on Friends, the Friends actor. But what a fascinating like story. Like what a great like he tells it in a way that's, you're in it and you're learning all about all of his insecurities and all of these crazy things that seem to have developed from him not having his parents with him on a plane ride from like he keeps referring to himself as an unaccompanied minor about how he was abandoned, and his abandonment issues are the reason that he tortured himself the entire time in his existence with drinking and thinking he was not good enough and using comedy as a tool to make the situation comfortable because he would need to be funny to make his mom comfortable when his mom was in a bad mood. And I remember that's what I did. I mean, I was fine when I went on a plane by myself. I was like, "Fuck yeah, adventure!" But I definitely understand the concept behind using comedy as a tool. Am I saying I'm anywhere near as funny as that guy? Not a chance. But wow, what a good book. Very sad, very burpy, very sad. If you want to check it out, check it out. It's really good. I suggest the books on tape version. It's just a really good story. Not the happiest ending, obviously, but he did the thing while he was alive. So it's kind of a happy ending because it ends on, I haven't finished yet. I don't know how it ends. I'm just trying to do the thing. It's Sunday fun day. Let's see. Why are all comedy clubs obsessed with letting you know that the show is sold out? Why are all comedians obsessed with letting you know that everything is sold out? Like, what's the big deal? Like, we all know, we're all comics. We're all honest. We all know that the situation is the situation, and we know what the situation is. I had a buddy call me the other day, and he was like, I just drove 6 hours one way to do a show. I'll make $30 after this. There was 12 people in the audience. 3 of them gave me a standing ovation. That's comedy. There's 2 ways to look at it. You could also be like, since there was only 12 people there, just did a show 6 hours away, popular demand, sold out. It was unbelievable just to keep up with the bullshit. If there's no bullshit, this person was being honest. I used to do that all the time. I used to drive so far for so many shows, and I loved it. I loved being in the car. I loved the adventure. For whatever reason, when I was doing it, I was convincing myself that romance awaited, that fun awaited, that cool things awaited. Whenever I would get into a new town, I'd be like, what's fun to do here? What's it all about? I wanted the adventure. I wanted the experience. And now I think that since I've had all those experiences, it's why I'm like, how far away is it? Ugh, there's going to be people there. Come on, but that doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to doing shows on the road coming up. It's just, I got other things I want to do. I think we've talked about that in previous episodes. The constant listener knows. Oh, also, if you like the show, please continue to follow us and subscribe and hit the like button and do all the fun stuff. Thank you for following us on YouTube. We're now up to 164 followers. Bananas. Last week it was 150. Did I have to ask people to follow? Yes. On youtube.com/@Newberg Pod. Yeah, I did. And because that's the way it is. There's no real way to grow an audience organically anymore. It's not possible. Like if Led Zeppelin were together right now and they were on stage after they were like, does anybody remember laughter? I don't know why that's his voice, and then he'd be like, we want to keep that laughter going. Follow us on Instagram and like us on. They would have to do that. They would have to be competitive. It's an entirely different thing. They wouldn't just be like, we're going to get in the jet now, go to another state, play some more music. It's going to be great. No, they would have to be like, hey, come see us tomorrow. I don't know where my accent's just, it's going all over the place. I'm just proving that I'm not in Led Zeppelin. Get ready with me, Led Zeppelin. All right, first put on a snake jumper, and then you dangle your Les Paul by your knees, and then you just don't wash your hair forever, and then you bang a 14-year-old and then deny it because everybody doesn't like it because that's what society said you shouldn't do, but not the 14-year-olds. Read a book on groupies. I'm not lying. It's fine. Get ready with me, groupies. Hashtag Taco Tuesday. Let's see. Okay, what else? So does sorry, I just wrote down all these topics and I'm just covering them. Does sorry really mean sorry anymore? Is sorry something that still has weight or value in the sorry component? Like you bump into someone, you're like, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Uh, somebody, you spill some coffee on someone, sorry. What's the difference? Like, when does it become, I apologize? At what level is the sorry where it's not just a word? Like, oh, sorry, my bad, sorry, my bad. It's like, why can't we just bump into someone and just be like, I guess I just bumped into you. Oops. Or like, I don't know. Like the sorry just seems to be used so often that it seems like we need a new word for like the old sorry and a new word for the new sorry. Or like people should actually have to explain. It's like cocaine. Like maybe like there's like cocaine. Maybe it's a cocaine snuffy thing. I don't think I'm going to convince anybody of that because I don't think I'll ever go to speak. Like I could do a bunch of coke, and like all of a sudden people be like, "Oh, that's what him not sounding like he has a head injury sounds like. That's what him at regular speed is like. He's doing a lot of cocaine." A friend said to me, "The thing about cocaine is it makes you want to do more cocaine." I don't. I don't. I mean, that's why I have all these sniffles, obviously. But I thought that was an interesting thing. It reminds me of that. Hey, this is something like it's where originally the name heroin has a great publicist. Heroin kills people because it's probably pretty awesome. Cocaine, people are worth doing cocaine still with the potential fentanyl death because it's pretty awesome. Therefore, I don't want to do either one. I told you that, didn't I? The one time I was dating a girl who I saw her do heroin in front of me. We went back to her. She was a dancer at seven veils or seventh veil, and it was a quality time in my life. And we went down there, and I went and I saw her work. And afterwards, she bought some hash or heroin in a an aluminum thingy, and she we went back to her hotel room that she was renting for the night because you don't think it through. You're like, I have a boner. I want to see where this is gonna go. And then I saw her like literally smoke the hash, and then she kind of like fell asleep mid sitting up. I was like, all right, I'm going to go just in case this turns into death and I don't want to have anything to do with that. So I left. We didn't really have a future, but wow, what a memory, huh? Where was I? Fun. What happened to fun? We covered that. To sorry mean sorry. We covered that. When does it turn into an apology? Um, Netflix. Do you ever notice that like Netflix is like a lazy Blockbuster? Because you're just sitting there and like remember when you would go to Blockbuster back in the day? Some of you are like, no, I don't remember what Blockbuster is. Well, it was a video store and it was awesome because you'd go there and it was like and it would have rows and rows and rows. It was like the Guitar Center for movies. You'd have one person insanely knowledgeable wearing a blue shirt who knows everything about every movie that's ever been invented or filmed or shot, and they're super cocky, and it's all these movies, but then you got to walk, and sometimes it's worse, and it's worse, way worse if you're walking in there with like a date, because then you guys both have to decide on the same movie, and since you're the guy, you're probably going to lose. It's rare that you're going to be like, you know what I get to do? Pick the movie. Because of course not. You're thinking blockbuster and chill. You're thinking how long into the car chase before I get boobs. Because you're young. That's what you're thinking. You're thinking boobs. But then you end up you spend like 900 hours in there. Because you're like, what the fuck am I going to, I don't know. Cagney and Lacey? I don't know. Fried green tomatoes? Star Trek? So many choices. But now it's even worse because it's like, the whole concept, it's like Facebook. Like, why stalk someone anymore by getting in your car and driving by their house? Honestly, don't have popcorn before a pod. It's just a bad idea. So much burp. Um, you don't need to drive by anybody's house anymore because you have Facebook. You don't need to move off your couch because you've got every possible viewing option in the world staring in your face, but you're still like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. Let's watch The Office again. Like, that's what you do. You just do that. It's like, I watch more things that I've already seen just for the pure and sheer lack of anxiety that comes with having to pick something totally new. And I'm one of those people who likes everything. I like everything. It could be the worst movie in the world, and I would watch it. I just would, which makes it confusing as to why I don't want to just watch something new. Because I also like to feel comfort. I like the comfort of like the movie The Fugitive or The Negotiator, the Sam Jackson or Harrison Ford. The Fugitive is maybe the greatest movie of all. It's like Shawshank. There's like the tripod of like greatest movies to me. Because in The Fugitive, you've got like, I'm a doctor who was framed for killing my wife, so I'm going to escape and I'm gonna be free for 2 hours, and then I'm gonna solve my. You come on, man. How do you not like a dude who's framed, who solves his own crime, and at the end they put an ice pack on him, and they're like, ha ha ha, you just totally foiled law enforcement for 2.5 hours and made us look stupid as fuck. Good job, buddy. But we love you because you have an ice pack. Weren't you Han Solo? And he was like, I am. Sunday fun day. It's incredible. And the negotiator, Sam Jackson, gets framed by the police. He's actually the police, and he's got to spend a few days barricaded in a hostage situation to prove to everybody that he wasn't the guy, and he wins, and they put an ice pack on his neck, and they're like, ha, 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 aren't you that guy who hates snakes on a motherfucking plane? And he's like, bam, Taco Tuesday. And it's like, okay. And Shawshank Redemption, making prison look cool since like 10 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, maybe 30 years. How cool is prison once you've seen Shawshank? It's the greatest thing in the world. Wait, there's the guy who can get me sticks of gum. There's a guy who can give me a Rita Hayworth poster. I get to have a rock collection. Wait, I get to sit on the roof tarring it, and I get to drink cold suds. Wait, and I get to watch Byron Hadley kill himself. Oh my God, I'm so excited. No, wait, he doesn't. He just gets arrested. The warden kills himself. Spoiler alert for movies 30 years old. Moving on in my rapid fire portion of the show before I get out of here. Let's talk about the last few things I want to talk about. Number one, birthday parties suck. Birthday parties just suck. If it's your birthday, it's fun, but it sucks. You got 15 people looking at you and you're like, I got to talk to all 15 of these people. And you want to because they're all your friends and you're excited that they're there, but you don't have any time for yourself because it's a little bit too much about you and a little bit not about you because you're like, who do I not be rude to? Everyone's like, it's okay. You can be rude to me. I understand you've got a lot of people here. Well, then why'd you fucking come? Well, it's because you asked me. I didn't ask you. I begged you, and now I'm in the middle of it, and I'm like, what's this all about? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Newberg Pod. Doesn't make any sense why I'm at this birthday party, but I guess I'm here. Here's your fucking cake. Oh, it's not bumpy cake? Well, then I don't know if I want it. What's bumpy cake? Moved to Michigan 30 years ago. You'll totally get what bumpy cake is. I wrote bumpy cake into a scene this morning when I was reworking my movie. And I'm like, do people know what bumpy cake is? So then I had to add Sanders in front of it. I'm like, do people know what Sanders is? And then I was like, not after the brewery on Gratiot is gone, but that's Stroh's. That's weird. Did I make a Dick the Bruiser reference from WRAF back in the early 80s? I did. Was it not Dick the Bruiser? What is it? Was it another guy? Yeah, this is bananas. That's when you first learned as a young kid in Detroit how confusing it was. It was like they had the wrestler, Dick the Bruiser, but it wasn't actually his voice. It was another guy pretending to be his voice, singing songs, Dick the Bruiser Band or the Bruiser Band. It was a long time. No one knows what I'm talking about. Let's go back to birthday parties. Happy birthday, everybody. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. My friend Allie's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Allie. How did I get there? Because of Dick the Bruiser. Let's see. There's a couple more. The Bills, the Buffalo Bills. How disappointing. What a drag to be a Bills fan. Oh, my God. It would be exhausting. As if living in Buffalo wasn't challenging enough with the cold and everything else. Now you got a football team that's just almost, yeah, they beat Detroit. But Detroit's usually bad. We've been good for 2 years. You guys have been pretty average to, you've been getting beat up. You've been getting Miyagi'd. You've been getting Daniel LaRusso'd by the bullies for years, and you never figure it out. LaRusso, that's who needs to coach the Buffalo Bills. Daniel LaRusso, he would figure out a way to make Buffalo victorious. Let's see. Does sorry mean sorry? I did that. Netflix is a lazy blockbuster. I did that. The last thing I was going to say, they should make a Yelp. They should make a Yelp for sex. Like you should be able to Yelp someone sexually. Not now. I'm not talking about me and my relationship. I'm talking about just in general. That's what I want to see. I'd be like, oh, that dude's hot, or oh, she's hot. I want to hook up with them. Let me see, 2 stars. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you like? Oh, that person's moderately attractive, 7 stars, 8 stars. Whoa, I want to do that. Or like a Yelp for dating. Like it was really cool till I fell asleep mid snore. How do you fall asleep mid snore? Well, let's look and see on dating Yelp. It would be wonderful. Listen, Newberg Pod, I'm going to do it 2 times a week, once by myself, once with the lovely and talented Hannah. Unless she's unavailable, then it'll be twice a week myself. I really hope you enjoy the show as much as I hope do, as much as I, in, as much as I'm in, as much, wow. I really hope you enjoy the show as much as I enjoy attempting to make sentences and as much as I enjoy doing the show. Have a great day. I'll see you on the road, or I'll see you in this little tiny box, or I'll see you on your ears, or I'll see you on your stereo, or I'll see you when I don't see you. But I'll hear you